Good evening, dear students. Today I will start a new topic of semiconductor chapter, and that is biasing of diode. That means biasing of a PN junction. Actually, diode is also known as PN junction. So this is our PN junction. In my previous class, I have taken that there will be hole, there will be electron, here will be negative charge, here will be positive charge. Electric field in the depletion region will be from positive to negative. Biasing means to apply, to connect the PN junction with a voltage source, with a EMF source. So see, this connection can be of two types. Either we can connect like this, or we can connect it like this. See, this is P, this is N. So here will be hole, right? Here will be electron. And now see that here electron will be majority charge, here hole will be minority, here in P cap electron will be minority charge carrier, and in N cap hole will be minority charge carrier. Here also electron will be minority, hole will be minority in this. Here also electric field will be from this to this, because this will be positive and this will be negative. So electric field will be like this. We can connect it by two different methods, either like this or like this, right? What is this combination? Try to understand. Here we are connecting P side of the PN junction with the positive terminal. This is what bigger terminal is positive and the smaller terminal is known as negative. So here I am connecting the P side of the PN junction with the positive terminal and N side of the PN junction with the negative terminal. So whenever we will connect P type of the junction, PN junction with a positive terminal, and the N side of the PN junction with a negative terminal, this type of combination is known as forward biasing. Which biasing? This is known as forward biasing. Forward biasing. And when we will connect P side of the PN junction with the negative terminal and N side of the PN junction with positive terminal, this is known as reverse biasing. Whatever I am saying, you can write in your class note also, that when we will connect P side of the PN junction with the positive terminal of the cell or battery. What is this? So when we will connect P side with the positive terminal of the battery and N side with the negative terminal of the cell or battery, this is known as forward biasing. And when we will connect P side with the negative terminal and N side with the positive terminal, this is known as reverse biasing. Okay, but the thing is that every time if I will make this much diagram, that's impossible. So what we will do, we will make a symbol for it. What we will do, we will make a symbol. Can I jump this thing? We will make a symbol for this. And how we will make symbol? Try to understand this. So symbol will be like this. Can you see? Oof. See? Oh. Symbol of PN junction or diode. This is known as diode or PN junction. Both is same thing. Diode or PN junction both is same thing. This is known as diode, and this is P side. This is N side. This is P side and this is N side. When we will connect P side with the positive terminal, we will connect like this. So this biasing is forward biasing. Forward biasing. And this is the symbol of what? This is the symbol of a diode. This is the symbol of diode. Symbol of. So you can write this is symbol of diode. So diode symbol is like this. This is P and this side is known as N. This line side is known as N and this triangular side is known as P. So P and N. When we will connect this side with the positive terminal and this side with the negative terminal, it is forward biasing. And what will be reverse biasing then? see, if I will connect like this, P side is this, N side is this, negative terminal is this, positive terminal is this. So when we will connect P side with the negative terminal, N side with the positive terminal, this type of biasing is known as reverse biasing. This type of biasing is known as reverse biasing. Is it clear? Is it clear? Can I have all the things? Okay. Now understand something more about this. So now you have understood what is forward biasing, what is reverse biasing, right? So now you can solve any question. So can we say that when we will connect again, try to understand one thing. So can we say that if I will connect like this, so this is forward or reverse? This is forward or reverse? What we will say? This is forward biasing. So this is high voltage. This positive terminal is high voltage and this negative terminal is low voltage. So I am connecting P tap with high voltage and N tap with N side with low voltage. That is forward. Can I say that when we will connect P side with the high voltage and N side with the low voltage, that is forward? And when we will connect this is P, this is N, when we will connect P side with the low voltage and N side with the high voltage, that is reverse. This is forward, this is reverse. Can I say? Yes. Now answer my question. If suppose this is plus 5 volt and this is plus 3 volt, which biasing is there? Forward or reverse? This is 5 volt plus 5, so higher than 3. 5 is higher than 3, na? So this is high voltage, this is low voltage. High voltage is connected with positive terminal, low voltage is connected with negative terminal. That means this is forward biasing. Which biasing? Forward. I am taking example. For example, suppose this is 0 volt, this is 5 volt. What we will say? Which biasing? Forward or reverse? 0 voltage, low voltage. High voltage, high voltage. Low voltage is connected with P and high voltage is connected with M. So this is reverse. This is reverse. See this thing. Minus 3 volt, minus 5 volt. Which biasing? Minus 3 high voltage, minus 5 low voltage. अरे minus 5 minus 3 से भी छोटा है ना, तो minus 3 volt will be high with respect to minus 5. So minus 3 means high voltage is connected with P, low voltage is connected with M. Which biasing? Forward biasing. See this thing. Volt and this is grounded. Which biasing? Ground means 0 volt. When you will ground anything, that means 0 volt, and this is 6 volt. High voltage is connected with P and low voltage is connected with M. Which biasing? Again, forward biasing. So now you can understand which one is forward and which one is reverse. This is very easy to understand. So let me elaborate. So now you all are champion in identifying which one is forward and which one is reverse. Which one is forward and which one is reverse. Okay, now understand characteristic of diode. Characteristic of diode. So now we will understand the characteristic. Characteristic means what? Characteristic means here to analyze behavior of current by changing or like this by supplying different potential. So what I said, that characteristic of diode means, in the diode what we will do, for example, suppose this thing, this is our diode. So can we connect our diode like this? And what will happen? This is forward biasing, right? P is connected with positive, N is connected with negative. See that in class 12, in chapter current electricity, you have understand a thing that is known as rheostat. And what was rheostat? Rheostat was a resistance. A simple resistance which is variable. That means there will be a knob and I will vary. So variable resistance is known as rheostat. Like that, there will be variable EMF also. That means here, if I will make an arrow like this, that means that is a sign of variable EMF. That means here EMF so will vary. Sometimes it will give 1 volt, 2 volt, 3 volt, 4 volt, 5 volt. So we can adjust the voltage. So this is known as variable EMF. So what I will do, I will change the voltage and I will detect that how this will give in current, how diode is giving current, and then I will make a graph of current versus voltage. Which graph? Current versus voltage, and that graph is the characteristic. So to analyze behavior of current by applying different potential, supplying or applying, you can write anything, right? So I hope you have understood the meaning of characteristic. I am having it. Okay. So now understand. First we will understand the forward characteristic. First we will understand forward characteristic of diode. Achha, diode means PN junction. So what I will do? So I will take a diode. And I will connect it in a forward manner. Now you know how to connect any diode in forward biasing. Positive with P side with the positive and N side of diode with the negative. So now we have connected in forward bias mode. Now what I will do? I will connect a voltmeter in parallel. What I will connect? A voltmeter in parallel. So voltmeter will measure the voltage. And here what I will do? Here in forward biasing, I will connect a milliampere emitter. Which emitter? Milliampere emitter. Achha, when you will go in lab now, then in the lab you can see milliampere emitter. So those emitter which can measure current of milliampere, then there will be microampere emitter. So those emitter which can measure the microampere range current. There will be simple ampere, that means which can measure 1 ampere, 2 ampere like this. Milliampere will measure 1 milliampere, 2 milliampere, 3 milliampere current like this. Okay. So here why I am connecting milliampere? Because here current will generate in milliampere. Then that's why I am placing milliampere. Because if you will place ampere range emitter, then it can't detect because a small current is coming. So we are connecting milliampere here. Now see what will happen, that when I will start to give different voltage when I will start to give different voltage, then for different voltage, I will make the graph. So first what we will do, we will take voltage like this, 0, 0.2 volt, 0.4 volt, 0.6 volt, 0.6 volt, 0.8 volt, like this. I will go on. And then what I will do? Then I will measure the current. What I will analyze that initially current is coming 0, 0, 0, 0, like this. And then what will happen? If you will make the plot the graph, no? This graph will be like this. This is current, this is voltage, and current will be in which? Current we will measure in milliampere terms, which milliampere, and voltage we will measure in voltage. Like how we will give? This will be 0 volt, 0.2 volt, 0.4 volt, 0.6, 0.8, 1, like this. Okay, this will be 1 volt. And here in current we have to measure in milliampere. So this will be like this. We will make like this: 20 milliampere, 40 milliampere, 60 milliampere, 80 milliampere, like this it will go on. In NCERT book also this graph is given. So initially what I will analyze, that initially when I will give 0.2 volt, so I will not notice any current here. This all are experimental data. When I will give how much volt here? 0 volt. Then I will notice here is any current. So this pointer will say no current. So 0 volt, 0 ampere current. 0 milliampere. Here I am measuring in milliampere. So 0 volt, 0 milliampere current is coming. When I will increase this, I will make 0.2 volt. So at 0.2 volt, again I will see 0 ampere current. That means graph will go like this. For 0.2 up to 0.2, no current is coming. Right? Then what happened? Graph is like this. Then after 0.2 volt, I will increase voltage again. What I will make? 0.4 volt. When 0.4 volt will be there, again I will analyze 0 volt. Then 0.6, again 0 volt. What will happen? That if I will do this experiment, for the silicon, for germanium, I think germanium, yes, germanium cut in voltage is 0.7 volt. 0.7 volt means at 0.7 volt current will start. So the voltage, when the voltage will be 0.7, then current will start. So 0.7 will be here. So current will start like this, and then current will increase like this. So as we will increase 0.8 volt, then current will start increasing. This current will start. Now current will come. So 20 milliampere, 40 milliampere, like this it will start. So I have not done experiment. So at 0.7 volt, current is starting. Current is starting means at 0.7 volt you can see the current. So this current is starting like this. And then current will increase. So actually what is happening? How try to understand this graph, that actually what is happening? First check all these things. Let's say this is a PN junction. I have to make it bigger. Let's say this is a PN junction. So this will be depletion region. Here will be hole. Hole will be majority charge carrier. Here will be electron will be majority charge carrier in n type. Here electron will be minority charge carrier and here hole will be minority charge carrier. Here will be what? Negative. Here will be positive. So electric field will be from positive to negative. This is electric field due to the depletion region. This is electric field due to the depletion region. But now what I will do? I will do the biasing. And because of biasing, I am applying here positive, here negative. So here will be positive, here will be negative. And due to this positive and negative, an external electric field is applied. Which electric field is applied? External electric field is applied. So this electric field is generated due to the battery. This is electric field due to the battery. Who is creating this electric field? Electric field due to the battery. Who is creating this electric field? Electric field due to the depletion region. And actually, depletion region electric field is very weak with respect to in compare of electric field due to the battery. So electric field due to the battery is on my choice. If I will increase the voltage, then electric field due to the battery will also increase. Electric field due to the battery will also increase because. So what will happen? If this electric field will start dominating? Why? Because this is strong and electric field due to the depletion region is weak. So this electric field due to the battery will start dominating. Then what will happen? Try to understand this thing. This is what? Positive. So this terminal will be also positive. This is negative. So this terminal will be also negative. And this hole is what? Hole has which charge particle? Hole is positive charge particle. So this positive will repel this positive. धक्का मारेगा ना? This is also positive. This is also positive. So between positive and positive there will be repulsion. Repulsion means this positive will repel this positive like this. Here is this negative. This is also negative. Electron is also negative. This terminal is also negative. Negative will repel negative. तो ये negative इस negative को इधर धक्का मारेगा. So this electron will try to come out in this side. This hole will try to come out in this side. So what will happen? That depletion region will shift. This will shift in this side. This layer will come here and this layer will come here. So now depletion region width will decrease. What will happen? In forward biasing, try to understand. In forward biasing, width of the depletion region will decrease. In forward biasing, write it. I am writing it here. Achha, I am rubbing this. In forward biasing, width of depletion region will decrease. As a result, potential barrier will also decrease. Potential barrier will also decrease and in forward biasing, PN junction will start behaving like a conductor. See what will happen? Since this is forward biasing, so width of the depletion region will decrease. Now try to understand. Initially when width was more, then When the width was more, then this was higher potential, higher voltage, and this was lower voltage. So this was potential barrier. Now what will happen? Now what will happen? When depletion region, width will decrease. When depletion region, width will decrease. Width of depletion region will decrease. So what will happen? Now this difference will be less. Now again when we will apply more voltage, again this depletion region width will be less. So this potential barrier will also start decreasing. Initially potential barrier was this much, then after this much, and then after this much. So potential barrier height also is decreasing. Why? Because when the width of the depletion region will decrease, then height of the potential barrier will also decrease. Why? Because potential barrier is the difference between high voltage and low voltage. And since high voltage and low voltage is coming nearer, is coming closer, so the difference between high voltage and low voltage will decrease. And if the difference between high voltage and low voltage will decrease, depletion region, this, when the difference between high voltage and low voltage will decrease, potential barrier will also start decreasing. Okay? Here try to understand one more thing, that this is following Ohm's law. In current electricity chapter, what I understand, that when, first I call this thing completed. In current electricity chapter, what we have learned, in current electricity chapter, we have learned that if we will make current versus voltage graph, this current versus voltage graph is coming like this, a straight line. But is it a straight line? No. So here I is equal to V by R now. So when you will make this, then this can be write I is equal to 1 by R into V. So this will be Y is equal to mx. And here obviously intercept is 0. There is no any intercept. So in current voltage graph, resistance, this slope is giving us information about resistance. Slope is giving us information about resistance. So in current voltage graph, and this was a straight line, that means this is following Ohm's law. If this will be not a straight line, it is not showing Ohm's behavior. Here see, angle with x-axis is theta, then here also angle with x-axis is theta, here also angle with x-axis is theta. So this angle with x-axis is not changing, and we know that angle with x-axis is known as slope. So actually slope is not changing, that means slope is not changing, that means resistance is not changing, that means this is a graph of constant resistance. Because in this graph, slope is constant, so this is a graph of constant resistance. But here see, this angle, here see, this angle is more than this angle, here see, this angle is more than this angle also. So if I will talk about theta 1, theta 2 and theta 3, so we can say theta 1 is less than theta 2, is less than theta 3, so theta 3 is the mode. So initially what is happening, angle is increasing, that means slope is increasing, that means resistance is increasing. That means, is it a graph of constant resistance? No, because here slope is changing. If slope will change, that means angle with the x-axis will change. If slope will change, that means resistance is changing. Because this is also current versus voltage graph. So here resistance is changing. Resistance is changing. That means this is a variable resistance concept. No? So this is known as dynamic resistance. This is known as dynamic resistance. So here we will calculate dynamic resistance. Dynamic resistance. So how we will calculate dynamic resistance? Dynamic resistance is equal to delta V by delta I. Change in voltage by change in current. And this change is a small change. So we will make it a small triangle, and this will be DI and this will be DV. Suppose if here I want to find dynamic resistance, so we will make a small triangle, then we will measure DV, we will measure GI. GI means a small change in current, a small change in voltage, and then change of voltage divided by change in current is known as dynamic resistance. So dynamic resistance we will calculate like this. Now in the next class I will understand about reverse biasing. In the next class I will understand about reverse biasing, and then we will combine the both graph. Here what will happen? That in forward biasing we will connect P tap with the positive, N tap with the negative terminal, and this depletion region which will decrease, and then current will start to flow. Because this hole and electron will come closer. So in forward biasing, PN junction will start behaving like a conductor. And cut-in voltage, what is cut-in voltage? The voltage where the current is starting. Is known as cut-in voltage. Clear? I hope everything is clear. So for this class, thank you. We will again meet in the lecture reverse biasing. Thank you. Take care.